So you can't be naive and not realize, oh my God, but look, that person's getting this many more retweets, and they got, what is the word? They got, there's a phrase that if somebody puts a tweet below you and they get more, views, ratio, they got ratio because something. Yeah, of course that's going to happen. You think if I'm on that side, I'm not going to put 1 million bots to work? There's places there's businesses for this. But if I have someone on that Israel is furious, like let's just say if I have Nick Fuentes on, you know what Israelis are going to say? So disappointed in you. I can't believe you sold out. I can't believe you did this. They're going to say those types of things, okay? And maybe even try to actually get the interview to be flagged, okay? Like when we had Tommy Robinson on Minute.
So, what? Okay, so, I mean, what are we doing? Guys, I just can't take it anymore. Oh, my God. Do we not get tired of pretending like this is normal? This is not normal. You know what I mean? Like, did he really just say that? So he just really put it out there. He's letting us know, that he's afraid of what the Jews are going to tell him for having the Fuentes on. This is our country. This is our country. This is what it's come to. I'm sorry. Like, it's just, it's almost depressing. All right, so let me try to get through this. Let me try. So, Patrick Bet-David now is receiving flack from having Benjamin Netanyahu on his show and still not having Nick Fuentes on, which is so funny that, like, Nick Fuentes is like the counter to Benjamin Netanyahu, and everybody knows that he should be because he has so much, like, knowledge. He's influential. And people are listening to him or whatever, that it would be, because, well, you would think it would be our president of the United States, but that's definitely not who it could be. I mean, Trump does everything that Israel wants, so it is what it is, okay? And presidents have been doing that for a long time. Pat Buchanan said that America, Congress was Israeli occupied, okay? And he said that in the early 90s, all right? So there's that. So it has to be, Nick Fuentes, right? Anywho, he's receiving flack and Patrick Bet-David, and so now he's mumbling a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense. Nick did respond to him not having him on and all of that, so we're going to go ahead and get into that. Let me rewind this again, because I just listened to this with you guys. I flagged it because I saw the caption, but I didn't hear it. It's insane.
So you can't be naive and not realize, oh my God, but look, that person's getting this many more retweets, and they got, what is the word? They got, there's a phrase that if somebody puts a tweet below you and they get more, views, ratio, they got ratio because something. Yeah, of course that's going to happen. You think if I'm on that side, I'm not going to put 1 million bots to work? There's places there's businesses for this. But.
And don't like miss the point that he's making there, and he knows what he's saying. He's basically saying that because what happens is that Nick Fuentes will pretty much ratio anybody that he goes underneath, like comments underneath their comment. And he's alluding to Nick must buy bots to do. There's places where you could buy the bots. No, man. No. There are bots on Twitter. There are bots, definitely. But for a situation like this, in a time like this, okay, believe me, it is, nobody needs to buy bots, I'll tell you that, to be, basically calling out Israel's crimes while you were glazing the prime minister of that place. And it was a glazed session because there's no pushback, okay?
If I have someone on that Israel is furious, like let's just say if I have Nick Fuentes on, you know what Israelis are going to say? So disappointed in you. I can't believe you sold out. I can't believe you did this. They're going to say those types of things, okay? And maybe even try to actually get the interview to be flagged, okay? Like when we had Tommy Robinson on Minek, story came out from the Times. I don't know if you have the story, Rob. Type in the Times. The Times could type in Tommy Robinson to Times and Minek, okay? So they did a massive story, the Times, okay? With the story. They came, I don't know if people know this or not, Instagram blocked the Minek account from being able to run ads for a year. Because of this Times story.
I don't know why.
Tommy Robinson charging $20 a minute out of his personal coach to the far right, the self-styled anti-Islam activist. And this is from UK. They reached out directly to Facebook to have this happen to Minek.
So yeah, basically that's the clip there. But there's more. There's more.
Language, anyone who has, okay, so here we go. You platform Tate and use the same kind of language. Anyone who has seen my interviews knows I'm cordial and respectful, including on your own network with Adam. It's your prerogative, but I don't think anyone is buying this excuse. And Nick, great to see you here. Tate is half black, half white. His father is black. I believe you're white and Hispanic. He's talking about the N-word. Yeah. I may be wrong.
Let me tell you that MAGA goes extremely woke where it comes to Israel and, Jewish people or whatever they do, because what he's getting ready to do there is explain why Tate is allowed to use the N-word, but Nick Fuentes can't. But hold on, because I know Matt Walsh used to always go off, on his channel saying that why can't other people use that word? Why do black people have this hold on this word? And they're not, they're saying that we can't use it. It doesn't make sense, which I totally agree with, right? And I'm pretty sure Pat, as a MAGA, the anti-woke guy, would agree with that as well. This is the answer you're giving now? Anything to get away from not offending Israelis. Okay.
The way you are cordial in interviews, Adam actually said that. However, you do get carried away post-interview at times when you react. And then is there a follow-up there? Is that it? Maybe that's it. No, okay, seems like the goalpost is moving. Now the issue is that I'm using the N-word in my reaction. Not necessarily. I actually wouldn't mind sitting down and having a conversation with him. I'm just telling
this is from Nick.
Yeah, what I'm saying to him is he's capable. He's able to improve these words. He doesn't need to do it. He would be able to put himself in platforms to debate. This approach doesn't allow you to be wider. It gets you on the smaller, younger guys. But if you want wider, some things need to change in words. What's the chances of a couple of those guys sitting in front? By the way, even when I sat down with Thomas Russo, how respectful was that guy the way he spoke? Rob, how would you put him in the level of the way he spoke? And you think I sit there and I support the Patriot Front? No. But the guy spoke in a very interesting, respectful way. We had a great conversation together.
This guy is boring.
I'm very...
First off, you not with your mouth, the same mouth that you use to lick Netanyahu, as far as I'm concerned. Are you going to now tell somebody how they need to speak and how they need to, carry themselves? This guy, Patrick Bet David, Netanyahu made a huge announcement on my show. Oh, so exciting. So I'm like, man, what did he say, man? I'm like, he didn't say anything that, he should say, maybe we shouldn't be committing this genocide or something like that. I know he didn't. The announcement was that, he finally recognizes the Armenian genocide done by the Young Turks. Are we serious right now? By the Turks, not the Young Turks, the Turks. Are we serious right now? And that was his most wonderful thing. Like, oh my gosh, look at what Netanyahu did. This is so great. There was no pushback. Hey, Netanyahu, is America controlled by Israel? No, no, I can't tell Trump what to do. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for answering my question. I mean, that's literally what it is. He didn't bring up anything about what about, stealing material for the nuclear bomb that you guys have right now that you act like you don't have. There's nothing that's brought up about anything, okay? Anything. About, hey, the Oded Yanan plan and the clean break memo, you think he would ask him anything about? No, he doesn't ask anything about that, right? A tool, an absolute tool.
Now, look, I like Patrick Bet David. I like his crew. I like his show. Show's good. I like his interviews. He talks to Andrew Tate. Very good show with Andrew Tate. Talk to Dan Bilzerian. Great show with Dan Bilzerian. Two friends of mine. They're both great. So I think he's a patriot. I think he loves America. We have some disagreements, but he's a pretty conservative guy.
This is his verbal response to the situation, and I personally think that, he takes it lightly on. This is the thing, too. This is the person, too, that they always tell you is so irrational, so horrible, so mean. Me, I'm a petty broad, because I'd have been like, listen, F all of y'all. like, you don't want me on your show, fine. We need to keep making this a discussion. The fact that you could have a genocidal maniac on your show, and you act like having me is such a big issue on your show, then, I it's all good, man. I think that is pretty obvious. We'll take a little bit more of a look at this, and I am gonna part two this. I am.
Consider him in some ways a fellow traveler on some issues, but he's like refusing to not host me on the show. Now, it's his show, it's his prerogative, but it does constitute a refusal because people are requesting it. The fans are requesting it on my show, on his show. People want to see it. And the reason it should be said that people want to see it is because it's going to be an interesting conversation.
Look, I am going to part two this because, I mean, like, it should be talked about. And I'm across two different channels talking almost about the same thing, but it's all right. But you know why? Let me tell you this, all right? Patrick Bet-David is going to end up having him on the show. He has to. It will bring the numbers. Also, like I said, a counter to Netanyahu, but Nick Fuentes is not even allowed on YouTube, but his name is dominating YouTube in the political area. It just, in the political niche, I'm telling you, I manage other channels. I do. I try hard to stay like away from his name in some other channels that I manage, but the people want to hear him. They do. I get more views when I cover him, and I like covering him. I just don't want to fully make my whole channel about, you know, just him. Like him, and I got Anna Kasparian, and I wonder why. Because Anna's been talking like she's been keeping it extremely real lately, even though, you know, she shies away at certain moments, small moments, but for the most part, I'm down with Anna. So people aren't trying to hear about, you know, the woke, this, that, and the third. They're not really trying to hear about that. It might be a little uptick in transgenderism after this school shooting, you know, for a couple of days. It's going to go back down. People are ready to find out what is really going on. How is this country built, and how did we get here? I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.